Welcome everybody to a new episode of Business Meets Life. And today I am taking you all the way to the snowy, beautiful Northern Europe. I was about to say island, to Finland. We have Hans Purola with us. And Hans and I actually worked together at HP in Espoo, Finland about 10 years ago. Oh my gosh. Time passed by.
Oh gosh.
Yes, and beyond of us working together, we actually even did some charity work inside HP. We organized Red Nose Day, Nina Paiva. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, how good my Finnish is still.
Well enough. Everybody understands that.
Wonderful. And Hans and I, we did crazy things for a good cause. We went in the city center of Helsinki. We hugged random people, and Finnish people are normally quite, they don't want to talk to strangers, right? They're a little bit reserved, but we collected money for Red Nose. Now, Hans, welcome. Thanks for making time from your busy schedule. And
thank you.
How's it possible? You're always so positive and sending out smiles and laughter, because I thought that a lot of Finnish people are a little bit more reserved. Are you really Finnish?
Well, yeah, exactly. That is a very good question. I'm Finnish. Well, I can say that I'm Finnish, and yeah, they say that I'm not the typical Finnish people, but I have learned that life is positive. And every day is a new day for opportunities. So if you are positive, then positive things happens, and that's the rule of life anyway. And one thing, what I have to say, that a couple of my friends are very positive and always smiling, and so I decided one time ago that, hey, why I'm living in negative? No, I don't want to live in negative. So positive is good thing, and even they say that, hey, in your body, positive is good. So, hey, life is positive and enjoy the life, because it's the unique thing anyway. The time matters, and how do you spend your time?
I absolutely agree. I took this now down as a first learning for Thank you for that. The happier we are, the more successful we will be. This now brings us to, you've had a long career. You have so much experience. Just quickly run us through your story. And I also know you're a global citizen. So tell the viewers a little bit more of who is Hans.
Yeah. Well, I'm 52. Yeah, I have a long experience of living, and I have been living in Finland all the time. But I have been lucky that I have been working all the time in global companies. So I started in Siemens with the networking. So and then I was visiting lots of in Germany. So already in kind of part of the global atmosphere. And then I joined the local telecom operator here in Finland, which I was responsible of the globally partners within the networking. And then I joined HP, Hewlett Packard. Then when we saw Janine, and then and that was really the being part of global organization and understanding global situation. So, and then I traveled a little bit in that organization. And last role, I was general office manager, and within a global account, and working that from via teams from Helsinki area. I'm living actually in Hyvinkää, in 60 kilometers of north from Helsinki. So everything is working fine here. So it doesn't matter what time I'm working. So it's good. So, and yeah, I was part of that. My latest global thing was that on the global organization was that I was a part of the global account, very big account, and my responsibility area was, surprise, Europe and Asia. So I was working actually 24/7.
Wow.
That's the way it is. So I'm thinking quite globally.
And you still look so young. Now, welcome to the club
Oh,
because
thank
you
you.
are an entrepreneur after your corporate life now. So, why did you decide to make a shift from being a corporate leader to your own company now? What was the trigger?
Well, that is a very good question. And when I grow up with my family, we have a own company, um, and so we kind of make books and magazines and that kind of company, printing company in that time on the mid 90s. So and it went bankruptcy, and then a little bit has already thought that I would somehow be kind of the entrepreneur in some point of time, and I have always been as a stock investing and interested in about companies and their life and how to do business. While I was working in Siemens and HP and the local operator, I was doing business development. So I have been trying to understand always that, hey, is this product good or bad? So I have that kind of visibility and knowledge of lots of things, and I'm interested in lots of things. So and so then I started at the with good friends, we started this within this idea, what I'm going to explain later, that hey, this is a good idea, let's try it, and we have lots of knowledge. So I think this is a good time right now for this one, this kind of adventure.
Now, let's go a little bit deeper into the Nordics business landing service, the name of your current company. A lot of people
Yes.
that I know, they also wish to be an entrepreneur. They think it's exciting. I mean, it's also risky, it's not
Mm.
easy, but they never know how to come up with the idea. So, how specifically did you come up with that idea, and why did you decide to go with this Nordics business landing service instead of going with another idea?
Well, I have had lots of ideas, but always I'm rather critical for myself that is there any possibilities to survive with that kind of idea. And so then I had this kind of idea. Then I discussed a couple of my friends, and everybody said, "Hey, this is awesome idea. Nobody is actually doing this kind of selling the Nordics countries out."
Mm.
And that you should. I can go to that later. What is the our organization strategy? But yeah, so selling the Nordics as a whole to companies as an investment place. So nobody's actually doing that. And then I discuss more with the authorities and different parties in globally. So and then I decided, hey, this is time. Let's go for it. Let's see it.
I mean, unfortunately, we got to say that a lot of people don't even know the Nordics or Northern Europe. People would always think about like
I wonder why.
Germany and France, where we are from, right? But also, if you look at the happiness index, the happiest countries in the world, comparing all the countries in the world, did you know that Finland was #1 now? It used to be Denmark for a long time, but then next to
Mm,
Finland, actually also Sweden, Norway, all the northern
mm,
countries have like the first ranks in the world happiness in
mm,
of like not just like good education. I mean, people normally
mm,
say bad things like high taxes, right? But you guys
mm.
have so much to offer. Can you tell us a bit more about why living in Northern Europe is great, or why in building up your company in Northern Europe could be outstanding?
Yeah, that's a good question. Again, thank you, Jenny. Um, yeah, I think the history of Nordics is quite hard. So at at that point, we are kind of managing ourselves here, and we are sensible persons. And why I chose the whole Nordic is that because we have 5 countries here, so Finland, Sweden, Norwegian, Denmark, and Iceland. And so we are quite similar people in every country, sensible persons, and so in that sense, the statistics, just like you told, it's we are the happiest countries in the world. We are wealth country. We have good economy. We are stable countries, democratic countries, and so in that sense, it's good to be here, and we are reasonable persons, sensible persons. So it's lots of good reasons.
Good. Now, what is the purpose, or let's talk a bit more about the strategy about your company? And again, also why Northern Europe, right?
Yeah, exactly. Good. So the strategy of the company is to tell other companies outside of Europe that why it's good to land and invest the company in Nordic countries, some of this country, and then go to the endeavor of Europe. That is the main idea. Not only we help also building up the company with the governmental work and the paperwork, and we have lots of partners like legal companies and invest companies. So we have partners to enable these kind of things, building up the company and funding it and that stuff. So also we are doing the relocation service for people. So if you want to have a working permit here in some of the countries, we can arrange that. We are not doing that, but we are helping to do it. We know the authorities and we know how to do it and mingle with authorities on that. So yeah, that's the main idea of our company. We are helping companies to grow if they are not in Europe, helping to grow business, helping to get better margin in their business within the Nordic countries, and then start to Europe endeavor. So why Nordics? We, like I said earlier, we are stable country, and we are with a good economy, and the third thing, we are actually totally bigger than Australia in inhabitants, which is a big thing. So everybody's a little bit thinking that they small countries, etc. But if you land into some country, then it's easier to sell also in other country things, and it's a big market, wealthy market with the consumers. Like I said, we have more people than Australia, and so it's a good place to be.
I think a lot of people really underestimate the Nordic countries because we don't know that much about them, which also reminds me of a fun fact that I remember when I lived in Finland. Apparently, you have double the amount of saunas in your country than inhabitants. Is that right?
Yeah, that is actually true. If you go to Finnish pages, you can see lots of stats, and I can actually find out kind of stats page what you can actually put in this video. So lots of nice places. But in Sweden and Norway, there's similar things, and we are quite unique country. So it's fun to live here. And we have in Finland, one thing is that we have more than 1,000 lakes here. So you can pop out and go to swim in every place if you like. But anyway, so the nature is also quite fresh. And but anyway, yeah, from economically perspective, what I want to point out is the Nordic countries are good place to be, and a good place to start, easy to start, and also very good place to live.
Yes.
So it kind of, if you think about the 360 round of your life, it's good place to be, good place to start, and then test about your product, whether it's working here or not. And then if it's working, then it's good thing, then you're going to start to endeavor of Europe.
Mm. I mean, I remember when I started my own company as a foreigner in China,
Mm,
I only had a couple of options for agent back then. Of course, I took the cheapest one, but also because I had a reference there. And I was like, yeah,
mm,
it's gonna be okay. And later on, after I think 1.5 years, they ended up in jail. So the company was
okay.
yeah, yeah. The agent was literally closed down at the agency,
Oh,
and
geez.
a couple of the leaders had to go in jail because they did a couple of illegal things. Also, in the beginning, they messed up my visa, so I was kicked out of China
Jesus.
on a Friday night. I had just rented out
Jeez.
my first office. Sorry, just rented my first office, had her hired my first two interns. The second one was supposed to start on Monday, and I was in Hong Kong. Well, that's a different story. So I know for sure how important it is to have the right partner on the side. Now, being German, and I know that you're an engineer, come on, give me a couple of like data and facts and maybe some use cases of why the Nordics, or do we have some popular other foreign countries that decided, yes, I want to take my company global and start my company also in Northern Europe?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. And I would like to say that I will little twist that angle of what you just asked. So,
Okay.
if you the how the globally Nordic is seen right now from the big companies. They are seeing that first it's kind of incubator. So because we have very good economical situation and very high educated people,
Mm.
and we are wealthy people, so it's good place. We have lots of startups, small companies. It's good place to buy companies out. So
Mm.
that's why couple of examples. You everybody remembers Angry Birds,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everybody remembers also the Clash of Clans. So those are gaming companies, Supercell and Rovio, who has been in globally, and they were bought out by Chinese. So
Mm.
end of the day, right now, if you want to be in gaming industry, you have to be in Finland.
Ooh.
Otherwise, you will lose your market in a couple of years because if you are not in Finland, you will not succeed in future. So that is one part that we are here because we are technology competitive, we are high educated people and sensible persons. And so that is one thing. And second thing, you have to remember that the global networking, like mobile networking, started actually in Finland and Nordic countries. So we have right now Nokia here, we have Ericsson here.
Mm.
So if you think a global perspective, really, we are kind of technologically oriented countries with with very good social economy, so we can spend money to the next technology, and you can test your thing here easily.
Mm.
So that's why you come here, test things, and then you can start the globally with your thing. So that's why it's good test bed.
Mm.
And second thing is that we, like I said, already mentioned that why Nordics is the we are stable country and we have lots of uh, money from governmental perspective as an investment money. And so that is the second thing. And third thing is that we are quite big consumer base. Like I said already, we are bigger together. We are bigger than Australia, and so if you have kind of consumer product, it's easy to come here and to start selling that. So those are the three reasons, and why Nordics and why we are interested in. So we have a kind of unique place in global perspective that what we want to do here and what you want to use as you are the company owner.
Good to know. Actually, I could tell you several names of people from Latin America, from even other European countries, even from China, who I know they have moved to the northern countries to settle down, to send their kids to school there. Less pollution or no pollution compared to China. Good education, as you said. Apparently, also like the education was influenced by the Germans back in the day. Yeah, well, the German economy doesn't seem to be going that well right now. I was just told that a couple of factories, companies are closing in China. Like we have this area where we have tons of German factories between Shanghai and Suzhou. Some of them are closing. A lot of expats also have to leave. I mean, expats are also expensive, right? So I could also name you a couple of big Chinese companies. Also, as you said, the tech companies, also like Xiaomi, who are all in the northern countries. Now, I'd like to know a little bit more about you as a person, because I always had a very good impression about you. I've learned a lot from you. You have the general manager experience. You started as an engineer. You were a headhunter and client executive. You worked for EMEA, for APAC, and so on. What keeps you going in tough times? Because we all have tough times when we are entrepreneurs. Not, but especially as an entrepreneur, of course, I know you have your team, but no, you cannot rely on other people pushing you. You don't have a manager now. So what keeps you going, either before your entrepreneurship or even now? I don't know if this is still the same answer.
Yeah. Like you always have good questions, and people meets life, and it's always about managing your life in overall. And you want to do what you like. In the end of the day, you would like to do things what is fun. And if you have possibility to do things what is fun, why don't do that? And luckily, I'm interested in with the economy. I'm interested in of the what to do with things, and I'm interested in of companies, and I'm interested in of people. So luckily, I'm just combining things and discussing with people. I want to be a contact with people and that stuff. So I'm living actually with my dream right now. So and I want to achieve new things and experience new things. I think the main thing is that you want to experience new things. If you have possibility to do that, why don't? It depends on you anyway. So because somebody told me that once that you are the orchestrator of your life.
Yes.
Nobody else is. So end of the day, if you have possibility to orchestrate your life, do it. When you are in a wheelchair in 99 or 95 years old, definitely I don't want to regret anything that I have achieved things, and why I didn't do that and why I didn't do that. Well, I'm just doing things, and I can. One thing is that why I'm living in Nordics, why I'm living not in a warm country, is that hey, this is challenge to live here, because I can say that the last couple of days it has been snowing, let's say 30 centimeters snow here, so so we have to manage ourselves here. So it's fun to live anyway.
And you said you have like minus 20 degrees or so, right?
It's going to be actually. They said actually in the weather forecast that it's going to be minus 40 in next night.
We're gonna cut that out. This is not like good advertisement for Finland.
But hey, I can tell that lots of people are coming right now to Lapland because they want to experience that thing.
That's
And
true.
it's safe, and so the living life is experiencing things.
I love how you said that you are the orchestrator of your life. I don't want to regret anything at the end of your life, my life.
Exactly.
And this brings me to my next question of why would you say you are more successful? Well, I think you are successful, right? Why do you think you are more successful than other people? What would you do differently that brought you success or made you successful?
Well, yeah, such a good question. Oh,
I mean, some people
I'm
would
not.
answer this with their
Yeah, yeah,
habits because they meditate, or I don't know.
yeah. I have the answer for that. So I'm not successful than any other people. Every people is successful. You just have to find it out because you can live your life. You will wake up every morning. You just switch your head to other way around.
Mm-hmm.
You are successful. So everybody, from my understanding, everybody has an opinion of what is successful. Somebody might think that, hey, you have lots of money. Somebody might think that you have lots of big family, or somebody can think that, hey, you have lots of houses or material or something like that, or you are healthy or something. So I'm an engineer, like Janine said. So how to see that what is successful in end of the day? It depends on you.
Mm.
So and that's why you just have to live your life and do what you think, and you will be happy. And then you are successful, at least from my perspective, that you want to wake up in every morning.
Yeah.
Then you are successful. That whatever you do things. Let's say Picasso or these painters or Finnish Sibelius or Bach or Mozart, they were happy, I think, but they didn't have money. They did their own thing, and it's easier. From my perspective, it is important that you do your own thing.
Mm.
Then you are happy and successful. Sorry, I ruined your question.
No,
Probably.
no. I like your answer. I just want to go back to another thing, what we could call like a stereotype, what some of us foreigners might have against Finland. I mean, when I lived in Helsinki, I had a blast. I would go. I always tell everybody I would like move back at any time if you have a wonderful opportunity. And luckily, Hans and I were collaborating and working together again, which I'm very proud and happy of. So I was in
Mhm.
Finland in
Thank
like
you for you.
thanks in like August, September. It was the longest summer for a long time, so I didn't
Oh,
get to see the snow. But people would think that people are super depressed in the northern countries because it's so cold and it is so
and
dark.
so dark.
I mean, you
Yes,
mentioned Lapland. Lapland is like what, 900 kilometers north of where you live and
yes,
away from like the
yes.
Helsinki area. Of course, you have the beautiful northern lights and people want to go there on vacation. But how do you cope with the darkness and the cold on a daily basis during winter time? How do people do that?
Well, naturally, we are used to it because I have been living here 50 years, so I'm
Right.
used to it, and that's it. And if you ask from that Lapland people, they are used to that darkness, and which is half a year there, and so I don't know. It just the thing that what you want. Um, End of the day, it is fun, and it's what I have heard during my life is that, well, in Finland and Nordic countries, we have these seasons. So we really have the summer, which is
Yes.
warm here.
And you
We
use
really
it
have the
well.
autumn. Yeah, we really have the winter. We really have the spring, which
Mm.
is good. So every day might be different, and sometimes it will snow snow here. Sometimes it will rain. but we have lots of colors, and we are living with the nature here. I think that's the one big thing.
Yeah.
What keeps you going?
I agree. And I remember still the good times we had at HP, like after a farewell party or after a run, we would go like on top of our headquarters rooftop where we would have like our own bar.
Grill party, yes.
We would go to the sauna and then like eat and drink, go back to the sauna, eat and drink. That is something special and so beautiful, which I have never experienced anywhere else.
Good, great. Yeah, and I appreciate your wording, because I think you have been traveling lots in the globally, and so you have visibility what to say. Yeah, that's why I want to live here in Finland actually, and in Nordic countries, and especially Norway is very nice. If you go to the map and see the coast side of the Norway, that's beautiful. And then Denmark is totally different, and then Sweden is also very nice. And hey, I think and if you go to Iceland, then you can just be there, and so it's so totally different countries, but with the nature. So that is also the big thing what we have right now in Nordic countries is the we are if you have something some company idea with the nature and with the green energy, just come here. We have lots of knowledge on that. Norway has the maritime connections and knowledge on that one, naturally because of the coastline. And then Sweden and Denmark has the knowledge of the wind power. And in Finland, we have knowledge of the hydrogen right now. And so lots of green energy and green investments are here. And the second thing, what is Nordic is the food. We have nature food here, so natural food. So and food industry is rather big. So and we like this kind of plain food, and we are very good cooks here. So that is the big thing what companies are coming here.
Yes.
And you probably remember those things. And so those are the big things what we have here. And naturally we are techie countries. And one fact what I have to actually just came to mind, because you are Janine, a German person, so and you know Siemens. Siemens is very crucial company in Germany in overall, and in Finland, our headquarters Siemens, there was kind of I don't remember, was it rumor or was it fact, but there was kind of paper or something that first telephone line in Siemens was built actually 18th century, 70 or something like that, in Finland. From Turku to Hämeenlinna, first Siemens telephone line. And the rumor was that because Finnish people are so techie people, so they just wanted to test the idea that whether it's working or not. It was safe place to test in middle of forest and middle of nowhere. So that's a fun fact anyway. But it is still the same thing. You can test easily things here. You can build up your company and go abroad. And because we have knowledge, education, very good governments, and money to do things. So just come here.
Well, you really make me want to come back. So we're slowly closing it up. I have one more question for you.
Yes.
What is some kind of advice that you wish you would have known earlier? Or maybe the best advice you've ever gotten from somebody, or that you had to learn a tough way?
Well, that is a good question. Like you have be yourself.
Why would you say be
Be
yourself?
proud of yourself.
Why would you say that? Why is it so important?
Yeah, because who else would you be? sorry to challenge you, but who else would you be? Because end of the day, when you are yourself, you will find the way, the path to do things, and you will find your path. If you are somebody else, at some point of time, you are tired to be somebody else. Just to and big thing is that to understand yourself and to understand what you want to do next, and to be. I think this is a little bit something what you are doing, Janine, in other work, that meditating and that stuff. So end of the day, be yourself and understand yourself, and then do what you feel to do.
I love it. Thank you. And it's so interesting, like whoever I interview, a lot of like successful entrepreneurs, C-level executives, self-made millionaires, billionaires, it doesn't matter. They always tell you the road to success or to becoming rich or happy is always like, it always starts with self-awareness and being the authentic you. So
Yes.
it sounds so simple, right? But people just often don't follow it.
Yeah, one thing what I want to say, which is also important, is that be nice to your friends, and be nice to your be nice to people. Because one thing is that to understand yourself and be nice to other people, they are reflecting back to you, and then your life is much easier.
Yeah. Wow.
Be positive.
Yes, we're closing with what we have started here. Thank you so much for your time. Now, to all the listeners, again, can you quickly summarize, like, who should get in contact with you? Because I will also have your website and your contact details available at the end. Who should reach out to you and connect with you?
If you would like to increase your revenue in your company in other country, just contact me. Or increase your profit, just contact me.
Thank you for telling us so many new wonderful things about the Nordic countries. I mean, we in China, we don't have the same kind of lifestyle, and they sometimes do miss nature and more of a work-life balance. So I have a feeling like, at least for a visit, I should come by again soon. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you for your time.
We talk online very soon. Have a good day, guys, and thank you, Hans.